Hey guys, it's Tipsy Tuesday, and here's your tip today. Guys, I'm gonna address something that's been becoming very common with a lot of my buyers, and I wanna address it now, and it has to do with getting approved for a loan. There are some very important things that I've addressed before, and I just wanna add to that now to kind of help some of you out there are struggling. Hey, before I go any further, I just want to thank all you guys that have subscribed to my channel. If you haven't, I greatly appreciate it if you would throw in a little like, maybe a little notification, turn that on so you could always get some of my new videos that hopefully could help you or maybe help somebody else that you know in the world of real estate. So thank you so much. Also below in the descriptions or the comments rather, you can kind of throw me maybe some ideas. Sometimes it might be a little bit tough for me to find out some good ideas to pass along to other people, but if you do, then I can do a little video and help us all in this family's community we have of my channel. Okay guys? Okay, so what I was telling you before, there are things that buyers need to do to help themselves get a loan. Now I've touched on other videos before how two numbers that are very important to a lender and their underwriters is their credit score and their debt to income ratio. But there's also other things that people need to consider, and it has to do with their work history. Now a lot of people think to themselves, well, I got a job for 8 years, same place, no problem. Or I have 6-7 jobs, okay, I'm gonna qualify for a loan, that's no problem, I'm good, I make money, I bring in money every week or every month, whatever it may be. Yes, but no. So once again, in case you missed it in my previous videos, your credit score is very important. Make sure you have a good number so you can't qualify for conventional loan, you qualify for an FHA loan. The other important thing is your debt to income ratio. Make sure you keep it below 50%. In other words, if you make $5,000 a month, make sure your debt's no more than $2,500 a month. Okay, very simple. So bring down some of that credit cards and your auto loan debt, bring that down. But again, as I said a short while ago, your work history is very important. The reason I bring it up is because I'm working with a buyer right now that she said, hey, Julian, I started looking for a home and stuff, and I started vetting her to see, where she stood financially. And she said, hey, you know what, Julian, I've been working at the same job for 8 years. I'm good, no problem. And I said, okay. So I passed it on to one of my great lenders. Lender calls me back, says, Julian, we have a little problem here. The problem is that during those 8 years, in the last 2 years, she's had a lot of disability. In other words, she collected disability, she couldn't work, and she was collecting a paycheck out of disability. However, for lenders and their underwriters, that's not so good. That is making things very tough for her. Even though her credit score is not that bad, her debt to income ratio is about 48%, it's still that work history of hers, the disability is making things really, really tough. The other problem that I've come across with one of my buyers recently is that my buyer she says, I have 6 jobs. She works, she's young. She works like 6 jobs. Her husband has 2. I'm like, wow, this is awesome. Problem is that she works a few hours in this job, then she has a couple hours at another job, and then she races on the weekends to do 3 more jobs, 2 hours here, 2 hours there. And in between some of those jobs, she stopped working for 4 months here, 6 months there, and it's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle for a lender and an underwriter. Guys, that makes it so much harder to get qualified because you show no consistency for a lender or a buyer. They can't say, okay, you can afford monthly payments right now, but your history is showing us that your job is not really stable. Your job history is not stable. So make sure you check on that, guys, because I have a plan where I show my buyers the steps to success to get into a home. The very first thing before I tell them before you go to a lender, be honest with yourself. Look at your financial numbers. What are they telling you? So it's no use going to a lender if you already know that if you're hugely in debt, you're wasting your time, the lender's time, you're wasting everybody's time. So make sure you are financially stable before you even make that step to go into a lender. Guys, start right now because of course the real estate market is gonna, take off once again in the spring. So you wanna be ready for that. So if you have credit cards, let's say you have 5 credit cards and you get the credit card with the highest interest rate, attack that one. Pay the minimum amount for the other ones and attack the one with the highest interest rate. Once that's paid off, do the same thing to the other ones. There's things you can do. There's so many things online. Susie Arman, I trust. I love her. She's a financial whiz. Lenders, believe it or not, there's a lot of lenders out there that have programs for free that will help you with your credit score. It's kind of like a credit repair. So talk to people, start attacking that problem right now. And when it comes to the day when you finally find a home that you like, you don't have to sweat it out you're comfortable with your situation. Everybody's comfortable because everybody has to be comfortable. Not only yourself as the buyer, but also the broker, listing broker, and more importantly, the seller, knowing that you could afford the house and you've already been vetted, not only by the lender, but also by their underwriter. Guys, once again, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel, throw a little like, notification, any other suggestions you might have, throw it down there. And you can also schedule a little meeting with me if you want to bounce some ideas of how we can get you into a home. And that's your tip for this Tipsy Tuesday. Yes, it's coffee. Salud.